I haven't done a video for a while. The car's 40 years old now. It's had its birthday. And yeah, I've been collecting parts. So I'm going to do a brake upgrade. And I've got my VS booster and I think VY or VZ, the master cylinder, and the VS reservoir. So we got that for $50 from Zebra, the pick apart place, Whangarei. And I got these braided hoses that will go from calipers to my brake lines, and they're braided. I got those from eBay. And then I've bought some ceramic cop spec brake pads, and I've got these calipers, VZ calipers, and I'm gonna re-kit them with new seals, which I got. I've just took two of them out just to have a look on the inside, and they're pretty dirty. So yeah, redo all that. I've got ball joints as well because my nylock nuts are all wasted and one of the boots was split, so I got those. But then the new ones came with some spare boots, so I might just I'll probably put those ones in and then re-kit those ones and just buy some new nuts for the other ones for future. And then I've also bought these discs from a VN HSV, and they're 330mm, so I won't have to do brake hub adapters, so I won't have to get a cert doing that stuff, and it saves me money buying the brake hub adapters and then buying VT discs and stuff. So this should be the way to get around doing all that crap. I'm just hoping I've got the right ones that I won't have to buy adapters to go from here to my ones. And I hope I've got enough space. Yeah. So and then doing that, and then I can get rid of this adjustable valve thing for the rear brakes, and I've probably just got to redo one of the lines for the rear, maybe to fit the rear line, and then to do the front ones I've got these, which I'll just clear my own brake lines and put those on because they fit perfectly in, and the other ones I don't think do. So yeah, we're doing that. So I think those discs were like $400, and I got those from NZDA or AD. I'll show you the card later. And I got those brake pads from them, and the seal kit and the other stuff was just on eBay. And yeah, that should sort out my problem. My brakes not having much pressure, and then yeah, get rid of this double diaphragm booster, the old one, and that. Well, I think I've got some spares up in the cupboard, 1-inch thing, but I think this one's bigger, so I don't have to put that on. So yeah, that's the mission. Yes, once you pull those pistons out, there's a another seal just inside that second line there. And you get your scriber and get that out. And then if you're ever painting your calipers, like, use heat paint, and if your calipers are already like aluminium, you don't need to paint them silver like this other guy has done that I've got these off, and not even use heat paint, so when I go to spray some brake cleaner on them, everything's all sticky because the paint's shit. So I'm going to have to try and get a bit of that off. Use the white brush, use my drill with that little attachment and go over them all and clean them all up. Yeah, fun. I've quickly gone over that one, looks heaps better than that. And yeah, if you want to make them more shiny, probably best to get them bead blasted, and then you don't have to try and fucking make aluminium dust. Yeah. Once the caliper's nice and clean and you've cleaned everything out, that's all nice, you want to put that first O-ring in there, and then put your first rubber onto the piston and roll it backwards, like put it on and roll it back over itself, so that when you go to put it in, you can stick that that edge there into that groove first, and then when you slide the piston in, it will seal up onto that back edge there, that bit there, and that will make everything easy. Yeah, you want to put a bit of brake fluid on there, so when you go to slide this in, it goes in nice and easy. But you just line that up, push that seal in first, and then just push it in, and it will pop in, and that'll be it. And see, now you got that seal in, you should just be able to get that nice and flush. It's really hard to do it with one hand, and get that center in there. Let's see if I can do it. Boom, push it at the same time, and that should fucking slot into there. There we go. A bit tricky. Then it goes sliding in, and then as that goes in, it goes in there. Ta-da! And that's it. Put that right in. There we go. She's right in. And that one is re-kitted. That caliper's done. I just got to do the sliders. They're sitting over there. Put this next one together. And yeah. Takes a little while. You got to make sure everything's clean and there's no debris in here, nothing. So you don't want anything fucking with your brakes, because brakes are your life. Yeah. I see you want to stick this over the top of that, so the tight bit on first. Put that over, put a bit past, and it's like this, and then you want to get that top piece over that one, so it's like you're turning it inside out, go all the way around, and then pull that bit off like that, and then this bit underneath, see, will peel up, and you want to keep that up there. Oh no, it's coming off. Here we go. Yeah. Then it's just like that, and you're able to put this piece into there, and then push that through, and it'll click up into there, and that's pretty much it. Either re-kitted, all done the sliders, you know, you should know how to do those. Pretty easy seal to do. Just grease those sliders, and you know, it's all sweet as. Yeah, and now I'm going to probably put these on, or fit that. I might just fit that and take that other caliper off, this one, and then measure to see if these discs are going to work, and then put all that in. Yeah. And then after I've done the brakes, I gotta tune the carb. I've got a vacuum gauge now. I gotta use that and fine tune that carb properly so I don't have a flat spot. And yeah, bit of a size difference between calipers. Just got to take the dust cap off, undo the nut, and the disc will come off. And put the new one on. The dust has gone off. It's pretty mint. Let's clean up that seal. These are like, I painted these with Pour 15 20 years ago. They're a bit, you know, a bit surfacey. It's all peeling off a little bit, but it's on there. Pretty sweet. Bit of a wire brush. And I'm going to replace these ball joints, tie rod ends while it's all off. It's on. Don't forget to put grease in it. Gave a little bit of a spray. Yeah. Let's flip the disc on now. So I opened the other box, and yeah, I had a bearing kit that I forgot I had gotten. So I replaced all that dust O-ring or whatever, and put all these new ones in, and grease all these bearings. Even though those old ones are probably alright, because they were like new, but yeah, I'll just put new ones in. Yeah, and I got all the stuff from these guys. So yeah, I think it was like $330 or plus like $60 for the bearing kit. And then yeah, this is some of the instructions that are from Ford. So there you go. But they're for VN HSV 330mm. They're a bit bigger than those ones. Yeah, I'll put those on and grease these bearings up. Put all that together.
And you know, I was speaking to him, and I think I bought this kit for like $200, and it came with, you know, bolts, powder coated, you know, fully machined. They look really good too. So it was a bit of a no-brainer. Saves me on the mill for a couple of hours anyway. So
I'll make something nasty.
yeah, got them and
Got that disc on there, but the brake caliper doesn't fit. It's so close to fitting. So I don't think I can use these discs. I'm just gonna use the old ones. Let's see here. See there, there's so close to fitting, but it's not gonna work. I tried, you know, could use some adapters, but there's not much room to get some bolts really in there. And so I'm not really going to use those discs I bought, because the originals I measured those, and they're 286 mil, and I bolted the caliper on this side, and there's heaps of room. It fits. Get that off there. So she spins, and I'm going to get most of the brake in there, it looks like. So we're braking on more of that disc. So it's been to there on the VK, but I reckon it's going to get right down to the bottom and have all that braking area. And these are vented anyway. So I must have got these. Well, I got the biggest, must have got the biggest I could get to fit the VK calipers. These ones here. So I'm not going to use those discs. I'll just sell them on Marketplace. And I'll just bolt on the VT calipers and it will be sweet. So that's got to put a tie rod in on this end, tighten that properly, put a line on, and this side put that disc back on, swap those over, put that on. But I'm missing one banjo bolt, so I have to get. I'll probably just get 2 new ones from B&T and put that booster in over there, and it should be all go. It's all out, ready to put the new one in. Gave it a little wipe, it's a bit dirty in there. New boosters in, bolted in. Just gotta remake my lines to fit. Put those bits in, fittings, and yeah, put the arm on the brake pedal and put the little clip on it, and yeah, it's close. I'm at Pick Apart, looking at the collection. Got me some banjo bolts which I needed for those brakes. Looking around, and then come over here, supercharged Calais, CVX or something. Boom! I think it's been crashed. Motor might go, I don't know. I'll inquire how much they're gonna charge for the supercharger, but I've already got one at home. Yeah, there's not much here. Some flash badges here. Gold, gold, yeah. Let's paint my shit gold. The meanest Commodore. Fuck yeah! Look at that. Yeah. Cracktivities. Got my fucking Hornet's Nest grill. Awesome. Yeah. That's the one I got the booster from. Alright, I'm going home now. I asked about that supercharger, how much it was. Just for the supercharger, he was wanting $550. So I asked him how much, well, for the whole motor. He's like $850 plus $550 for the supercharger, even though they doesn't know that it's going to go or not. What a rip. Pads are in, lines are on, they're in, and heaps of stopping power. Now the pad fills up all that disc, so it's going to be mint. Other side's done, it's all hooked up. Now I just got to get the lines to the booster, master cylinder, and I don't have to change the two brake the front brake fittings, and I've already bent one up there a little bit. Just got to bend that one there, it's standing straight up, and my rear lines I have to swap with this fitting, make it bigger to fit in there, and then all I've got to do is hook up the arm to the brake pedal. I've got it in the hole, I've just got to push it right in to get the clip on, and then I can bleed the brakes. Ending up having to flare that other line because that fitting was wrecked that was on there. So yeah, you slide your new one on, and then you put it in, put that guide in, and you push it right in, and you tighten those two bolts up, and then you take this out, and then you stick this in, and you put this in first. Oh, it says on there 1, and then you turn it over and you put that one in, and that will give you your flare on there, like so. So yeah, I just gotta take that bit out and stick it onto the back line. I'll do that one, front one first, and yeah. Alright, first one's in, second one will be easy. I'm going to do that, bend that other line first and get that in there. And yeah, when you're bending your own lines, I just do these, my hands, it's pretty soft, but you don't want any load on that line. You just want to put the threads in easy with your fingers with no load on, or you'll bend shit and it won't line up, and when it goes into the hole properly and leak. Lines are all in, so fill out with fluid, bleed the brakes, and I just got to hook up the pin off the back of the booster to the brake pedal, and done.